Welcome back to another battle, Dr. Manhattan vs. Dr. Strange. Before we dive into the analysis, remember to subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much. Let's start by getting to know each warrior. John Osterman was once a nuclear physicist who was disintegrated and reconstituted by an accident in the intrinsic field test chamber. From that point on, he became Dr. Manhattan, a pure quantum entity existing beyond the boundaries of linear time. In his strongest version, following the events of Doomsday Clock and Dark Knight's death metal, Manhattan is no longer just a superhero, but has become a true creator. He absorbed the power of the DC multiverse itself, recreating the entire history and timeline, erasing and restoring realities through thought alone. Manhattan embodies cosmic determinism. He sees everything, past, present, and future, as a single static painting, and can modify any point within it. He doesn't just see through time, but also comprehends the very nature of matter, energy, and reality itself. Abilities and power of the strongest Dr. Manhattan. Manhattan can decompose, restructure, and transmute any form of matter at the subatomic level. He can turn air into gold, rock into glass, or an enemy's body into smoke with a single thought. Manhattan's body is an energy construct that can voluntarily change in scale, from microscopic to macroscopic, surpassing entire planets. He has no limit on physical strength, since his body does not follow biological rules. Manhattan cannot be killed through any conventional means. His body can be completely scattered, but his quantum consciousness will immediately reconstruct matter around it to form a new body. He has previously regenerated himself after being erased from reality. Manhattan can create countless copies of himself, each copy possessing equal power, operating independently, yet sharing the same central consciousness. Omniscience. This is Manhattan's core and most fearsome power. He doesn't predict the future. He simultaneously experiences every moment of the timeline. He knows every attack, every intention, every outcome in advance. Before a battle even begins, he already knows how it will end. Manhattan can travel to any point in history, alter events, erase realities, or create temporal paradoxes. He once erased 10 years of the entire DC universe's history and rewrote it from scratch. Manhattan can absorb any form of energy, from radiation and heat to magical energy, as he once did with the abilities of DC's heroes, and repurpose it. No source of energy is foreign to him. At the peak of his power, Manhattan has demonstrated the ability to create life, new timelines, and entire multiverses. He is a creator in the fullest sense of the word. Manhattan's feats erased and recreated the entire DC multiverse, altering its main timeline, defeated the entire Justice League and other powerful cosmic entities within the DC universe, absorbed the power of DC magic, proving that magic is merely a form of undecoded energy, perceived and intervened in events at a multiversal level, including the collapse of the Source Wall. Manhattan's greatest limitation lies in his own existential philosophy. He sees everything as predetermined, and this sometimes creates a kind of blindness toward elements that are truly chaotic and illogical, such as pure magic. Additionally, although he can absorb magic, manipulating abstract, mystical concepts such as souls, fate, or the protection of divine entities does not fall within his natural domain. He must learn and decode them as if they were physical variables. Another weakness is tachyon energy, which can disrupt his perception of time, though in his creator state, this weakness has nearly been overcome. Now, let's talk about Dr. Strange. Stephen Strange, after overcoming countless mystical trials, did not stop at merely holding the title of Sorcerer Supreme. In his strongest state, Strange has merged with the very essence of magic itself. He no longer uses magic, he is magic. He is the embodiment of every incantation, every magical dimension, and the bridge connecting all mystical entities in the Marvel Universe, from Sidorak and Agamotto to the Lord of Chaos and Order. Strange has once held the power of infinity, reached the threshold of omnipotence, and even recreated all of reality after it was destroyed. His power is no longer limited by spells or rituals. It is the ability to manipulate the very concept and paradox of existence through magical will. Abilities and power of the strongest Dr. Strange. Strange can call upon the power of abstract cosmic entities. He can use chaos to break every law or order to impose absolute laws upon his enemy. In this state, the Crimson Bands of Sidorak are no longer merely physical. They bind the very soul and will of the opponent, capable of imprisoning even hyperdimensional entities. No longer limited to seeing through illusions, the eye of Agamotto now allows Strange to see directly into Manhattan's mind, exposing every thought, past, and future that Manhattan is experiencing, creating a battle on the cognitive front. Strange can create weapons and shields from his own spiritual energy, capable of withstanding attacks at the conceptual level, magic itself. This is his ultimate power. Strange no longer borrows magic from other entities. He himself is the source of all magic. He can freely create new magical laws, nullify any of his enemy's spells, and turn the surrounding environment into a magical dimension entirely under his control. Strange can directly attack the soul and consciousness of his opponent. For a quantum entity like Manhattan, who lacks a soul in the traditional sense, this attack would be a shock, striking at the very self and consciousness, anchoring John Osterman's energy structure. Strange has once recreated the entire Marvel universe using pure magical power. He can rewrite the laws of a region, turn a beam of quantum energy into a swarm of butterflies, or transform a nuclear explosion into a rain of flowers. As Sorcerer Supreme, Strange possesses an automatic magical shield capable of resisting all known and unknown forms of energy, including the manipulation of time and reality. Manhattan's attacks would have to break through this conceptual barrier before they could even reach him. Strange's feats merged with infinity, eternity, and became the embodiment of all reality. Defeated supreme mystical entities such as Shuma, Gorath, and Dormammu within their own dimensions, and even the Lord of Chaos. Recreated the entire Marvel universe after it was destroyed by supernatural forces. Used a single incantation to erase the memory and power of a multiversal entity during the events of Secret Wars and other reality recreations. Although he is the god of magic, Strange's power still relies on the will and focus of a human mind, albeit one that has been elevated. He can become overwhelmed by absolutely illogical paradoxes or realities too alien to mystical thought. Additionally, having to continuously cast complex spells can wear down his willpower, while Manhattan operates like a natural law of physics, never growing tired. If Manhattan manages to decode the nature of magic and turn it into a variable within his own equation, Strange would lose his element of surprise. The battle begins. Strange, within the infinite library of the astral plane, senses a terrifying silence, a region of the multiverse where all magic, all prayers, all mystical entities suddenly vanish. In that place, only one thing remains: the cold logic of quantum physics. He opens a portal to the center of that silence and confronts Dr. Manhattan. Manhattan, hovering with his signature blue glow, shows no surprise. He had seen Strange's arrival millennia ago, and he had also already seen the outcome of this conversation. He speaks, his voice carrying no emotion, explaining that magic is merely a system error within the simulation of the multiverse, and that he will correct it. Strange, understanding that he is facing a form of existence unlike any he has encountered before, responds by releasing a portion of his true power, shattering the space around them into fragments of reality's glass. Manhattan acts first, not with an attack, but with a modification. He waves his hand, and every molecule in Strange's body is commanded to self-decompose. But Strange, as the god of magic, is no longer mere matter. His body flashes with mystical symbols and remains completely immune. "I am no longer matter," Strange declares, raising his hand to unleash the crimson bands of Cyttorak. These bands do not merely streak through three-dimensional space, they also weave through other dimensions, attempting to bind the very concept of Manhattan himself. Manhattan observes. In his perception, the bands move as slowly as if standing still. He analyzes their energy structure, recognizing that they are woven from a form of spiritual energy. He raises his hand, absorbing them, and in a single moment, the deep red bands turn blue and dissolve. "Energy is energy," he says, but Strange smiles. Manhattan absorbing Cyttorak's magic also means inviting the very wrath of Cyttorak into his own mind. Manhattan blinks, an extremely rare reaction, as billions of years of an ancient god's history of war and destruction suddenly flood his mind. Strange seizes that moment of disruption and casts an incantation of chaos. The laws of physics around Manhattan collapse. Gravity reverses, time runs in circles, and space folds itself into an endless Möbius shape. Trapped within a chaotic reality created by Strange, Manhattan does the one thing only he can do. He simply steps outside. He does not break the prison. He merely leaves the timeline in which it exists. He reappears, this time at an immense scale, standing outside the very structure of the dimension where Strange resides. Manhattan's hand, vast as a galaxy, grips the entirety of Strange's magical dimension and begins to analyze it, attempting to rewrite it as part of the physical order. Strange answers by amplifying his own soul. He reaches outward, not with his body, but with his magical will itself, touching everywhere, every moment. This is the point where the battle truly escalates to the conceptual level. Manhattan sees every timeline, and so does Strange. They begin fighting across the very flow of history. Manhattan attempts to turn back time to the point when Strange was still an arrogant surgeon, intending to erase the accident that created the sorcerer. Strange immediately creates a shield to protect his own past and counterattacks by traveling to the day John Osterman entered the intrinsic field test chamber, intending to use magic to prevent that accident from happening. The moment Manhattan feels magic, the moment he comprehends the existence of the soul and chaos as a living entity, his entire worldview shatters and is rebuilt. He is no longer a cold and deterministic creator. He sees colors that were once nothing more than meaningless wavelengths to him. In a moment of shock, Manhattan acknowledges that there are things beyond his domain. He is not defeated. He has been reluctantly upgraded. He accepts that magic and physics are two sides of the same coin within the multiverse. At the level of absolute power, neither can destroy the other. Manhattan is quantum immortal, able to exist and regenerate beyond any concept of life and death. The god of Magic Strange is the embodiment of magic itself. You cannot kill magic by destroying matter or time. Any attempt to completely erase the other would result in the collapse of the entire multiverse. The clash between Dr. Manhattan and Dr. Strange is a war between quantum and magic, between a god who does not believe in miracles and a sorcerer who holds every miracle in his hands. They cannot destroy one another, for they are two fundamental components of existence itself. But in the end, the human spirit, represented by Stephen Strange's unyielding will and capacity for change, proved its worth against the absolute coldness of the universe. Strange did not defeat Manhattan, he taught Manhattan a lesson. And in a war among gods, that is the greatest victory of all. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much.